Oh, yeah.
Right then. Oh, goodness gracious me. Good morning, Mr. Chat, or Mrs. Chat, depending on who you are and where you hail from. Yes, welcome to Cold Waters. Jesus, I need a drink. Stiff liquor, sir. I'll have a whiskey. That'll put hairs on your chest. I'll put air on your eyeballs at fucking 8 o'clock, I tell you. Oh. Oh, there we go. Uh-huh. Brilliant. Right then. Hello. It's been 6 days since I live streamed, or maybe even longer. I don't even know. I've been sort of busy, I think, just sort of doing other stuff. I've been down at Jane's. I've been sorting out stuff for Airsoft, because that's in a few days. I thought I'd shoehorn a stream in for you, because I'm not going to be here like next week, or a little bit of the week after. I think I'm literally on holiday for like 10 days. after this, so I'm going to be disappearing down the rabbit hole as of Monday. Sort of family holiday and then a community get-together with the Arma 3 guys. So it's a very busy couple of weeks coming up. All hands to the whaling stations. I repeat, all hands to whaling stations. This is not a drill. Cubelove, thank you very much to Alt Climo there. I've got someone else I need to thank as well, which would be, if memory serves, Scott's Men. Oh, QBR yawn begins. Airsoft Q, yes, doing a community airsoft event. There's about 30 of us going to a quiet village in Surrey. 30 people stuffed full of drink with airsoft guns. It's going to be a really good time, I think. So yeah, I was going to do Bomber Crew this morning, but I thought to myself, not everybody, sort of Cold War's a bit sort of OG, and the reason I don't play it very much anymore is because it's very repetitive. It's cool and all, but principally, depending on which ship you run into, the scenario plays out the same every time, which is tiptoe around very quietly, and then fire a torpedo very quietly, and then try and kill things very quietly, and then scream loudly as they airdrop a torpedo on you. And then torpedo evade for 10 minutes, and then avoid the bear bomber for 20 minutes, and then do it all again in the next scenario. If there was a little bit more variety in there, I'd probably do it more often, but just through the sort of nature of gameplay with Cold Waters, it does get very samey. So I haven't been playing it too much recently, but I thought to myself, do you know what? A lot of people probably really like Cold Waters.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people like the Cold Water stream, so I think we'll do sort of a fan service for those guys, and we'll jump right in. Me, I'm doing pretty good. I'm a little bit tired. I wanted to shoehorn a stream in now, because if I sort of distract myself doing something else, like if let's have a look at some Arma 3 mods, I'll never get around to actually sitting down and streaming properly. So I thought to myself, yeah, we'll get in early. We'll give some people a VOD to watch, and all of the early birds here, thank you very much for dropping in. I appreciate that it is 8 o'clock in the morning. Not even yet in the UK, so it's a little bit of a fresh one, but hopefully it'll be okay. We're all in good spirits, right? Cold War, it is. The button around somewhere is. We should be fine. Here we are. I was also thinking of playing Skyrim on stream. I installed a few mods for it, and I was sort of dicking around, but I don't know whether I'd play it like Skyrim, or whether I'd play a survival version of it, where you can't fast travel anywhere. You have to do it all sort of longhand, and you have to buy food and stuff. Play it like a survival game instead of just a typical RPG. I think that has some potential hours to be sunk into it. But we'll see whether there's any appetite for that, because that's a very slow way of playing Skyrim. In terms of the campaign here, I believe we last left off. We were playing the South China Sea campaign. Northern Lands in 1984, Northern Lands in 1984, I believe. Oh, gracious, wake up, Joe. Oh, God. I believe this is the South China Sea save that we were working on. Let's have a look. No. Well, this definitely isn't it. I thought I had a South China Sea save going on. Let me just relaunch the game there, because I've got to... I'd have to complete the submarine contact. Did we get sunk? I can't remember. It seems strange that it's not there. All of these campaigns say that they're 1984. South China Sea... here we go. South China Sea load. Autosave. I'm pretty sure I saved. What gets you up this early in the morning? I think daylight creeping through the curtains. I need to remember what I was doing. Summary. No, not summary. Oh, this is summary. Command de Quebec, USS Seawolf, SSN-21. 6 days at war, 2 missions accomplished. We have sunk 10 warships, a submarine, 2 merchants, and that brings us into 35,000 total tonnage. So we've got a Bronze Star medal, and I need to look at the brief for our submarine here. USS SSN-21, sorry, in the vicinity of the South China Sea. It's the 28th of October, to jog my memory. It's 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Let's take a look at our orders. Intelligence reports that a wolf pack of diesel electric attack submarines will send within the next 24 hours and attempt to deploy in the South China Sea. It is believed the Chinese intend to reinforce their surface assets in the area. Forming an effective barrier, once deployed, the wolf pack will be a major threat to future Allied operations, thus you must find and eliminate the threat. Intelligence believes the pack may consist of 2 submarines, which may either be of Foxtrot, Romeo or Kilo class variety. So they're moving into the South China Sea. Where is this? That's somewhere down here. No visual on any submarine targets. Maritime air patrols aren't spotting anything. Ooh. The Spratly Islands under attack. 29th of October at the turn of the millennium. Well, I say the turn. It's 29. It's a long way into the millennium, but let's call it the turn of the millennium. Oh, I've not put the screen on. Sorry, chat. Sorry. I do that every time. You're probably used to it by now. Let's pretend here. The Spratly Islands under attack. A major Chinese amphibious. Sorry, chat. There we go. A major. Well, I tell you what. I could have very easily played the whole game there with the fucking screen on. Overlay. Thank you, Suru. Professionalism at its finest. Right. I mean, you don't come here for professional content. I hope. I mean, very very difficult to deliver that kind of quality. Thought my screen froze. Yeah. I tell you what I should do. I should for a troll. I should get like a GIF or some looping MP4 of the Twitch loading circle, and just leave that on, and see whether anybody picks up on it. That'd be really funny. The last of my bits reminded you of the overlays. What a life! Yeah, it's got to be done though. It's got to be done, Suri. Literally, I feel I'm a subsidiary of EA. I'm literally asking. You've got to pay. You got to pay to look at it. When you look at this as content, you gotta buy it. You gotta buy it as it. Sorry. We'll get on with the game. My mind's wandering. It's scattered into the clouds. A major Chinese amphibious assault claimed more territory in the region, consistent with their intent to uphold their territorial claims along the Nain Dash line. Where is our navy? OP. Opt asked. In the ongoing conflicts, PLAN, the People's Liberation Army, or something, I'm not, Navy, I guess, PLAN, seems to be holding the upper hand. The situation in the region is growing as serious as the US Navy has failed to respond to several successful Chinese attacks. Maintaining a strong presence is vital to US interests, and failure to do so may result in a short to medium time frame result. Or fucking defeat. God, words are hard. I should put my glasses on. I'm not sure what. No, I do have them. Maybe this won't help, but maybe it will. It's too early. Go back to bed. I will do. We'll get there. Don't worry. We'll wake up as we go. Let's see that. So let's just. So they're down here somewhere. Spratly Islands. That's the Philippine Sea. Was it the east? It was definitely the south. South China Sea. I'm in the South China Sea game. Where are they? There. I've got them. They're just north of the Paracel Islands. Okay, I've intercepted them. I know where they are. Okay, that's good. Captain, we have a new sonar contact bearing 287, designated as Sierra 1. EXO reports that our depth at 600 feet, which is likely inaccurate. Our heading is 289. Speed is 20 knots. Local conditions are clear with a light breeze, or light air, with no surface ducts or thermal air. It's midnight. All hands to battle stations. We shall rig the ship for silent running.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Or ultra quiet. Sonar, take sounding. Total water depth is set at 1900 feet. Total water depth is accurate. 2 torpedoes loaded in tube 1 and 2. We've got a variety of missiles and decoys loaded in tubes 3 and 4 and 7 and 8. Currently 2 torpedoes loaded. 3 Sierra contacts, 2 holding a formation, 3 looks like it's quite far back. 4 back. Yes, these look quite far back. We'll start target motion analysis and identification of the first target, assuming that it is a submarine class from the Chinese Navy. Looks to be some sort of... I wouldn't want to say straight out of the gate that it's military. Could be a whale. Which means it's military, obviously. It is a blue whale, mark. This is likely the rear of the fleet then, unless this is some sort of lead. I'm guessing this is consistent with another blue whale contact. Okay, two closest Sierras are a humpback and blue whale. Let's assume that the rear two contacts then are what we're here for. It's gotta be what there. Gotta be something. Surface contact? Oil rig? I'm kind of struggling to place my target here. Very close to that. It is an oil rig. Mark.
Con sonar Sierra
4
is classified as.
It's classified as. No more information than that. Looks like we've got something akin to a submarine contact here. We've got an improved Kilo class.
Con sonar Sierra 4 is classified as submerged submarine.
An improved Kilo class from the Russian Navy. 120 decibels, very quiet. They're expecting at least 2 submarines in the fleet. Help, bring us right, bearing 012.
Come right to 012. Helm I.
Kill all whales, maybe. Maybe. Release ship from silent running. Reload tube 5 with Mark 48. Keep running this way. Gotta go find our targets. We are going to run very deep. Total water depth, or at least the stress test of our diving, takes us down to 1,600 feet. That is test depth. Dive, take us down to 1,400 feet. We're going to go deep.
Make depth 1400 feet. Dive I.
We're going to chase them from the depths. We're going to go deep and we're going to go quiet. Lovely. Let's see. I like it deep. Apparently, no, but no. Hold on a minute. I see what you're doing there. Yes. Let's. Yes. Well, apparently I do in this case. In the case of cold waters, yes, Joe does like it deep.
Con torpedo room.
1,600 feet
ready.
deep, to be exactly. Right, so let's take a look at this bastard then, with its weird, like, odd, like, rudder configuration that makes the whole ship look like it's upside down. Cannot unsee. Looks like an upside down, like, plane fuselage without any wings. Just cannot unsee. Is he detecting us? He's not going to be able to run very deep. Let's take a look at his test depth of 820. I think this is a diesel boat. This isn't a nuclear powered one. This is a diesel, which means he has to surface every so often. 6 torpedo tubes though. It's not insignificant. It can cause you a real bit of damage. This Kilo's much closer than previously thought. It could be very, very possible. Oh god, that I've misdesignated one of my 2 whale contacts because they're holding a very sort of, I want to say, tight formation, but we shall see. So far I don't suspect that he's detected us at all. He's got a low frequency passive sonar array, which makes it kind of good at detecting me with an updated sonar suite, but the deeper I go, the further into the dead zone, as it's called, I slip, where sort of sound in the much colder water down here doesn't travel as well, and it kind of causes the sonar to sort of drop off, puts me in this kind of muted area that you just can't quite hear as long as I maintain a decent distance. Helm, we're going to go to an intercept course. Come left, bearing 311.
Come left to 311. Helm I.
Reload tube 6 with Mark 48 ADCAP torpedo. We are ready to engage the target. We are down deep. ready, tube 1. Set homing to passive. Surface search. So the torpedo will look above itself as we are down at 1200 feet. It will look up to try and find the target. Once the other torpedo is loaded, we're going to rig ship for silent running and we're going to loose a torpedo. Let's see how we do. Nice. Did you know Saru plays RuneScape? That's a big one. See, I didn't. And then she come into the Dwarven Mines and she gave me lots of gold. She gave me some runes. It was very kind. Very, very kind. Got to appreciate Saru like that. Okay. Ship is about ready to go. It's going to declare the tube is ready.
Con, torpedo room, tube 6 ready.
Con I, rig ship for ultra quiet.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Ready, tube 1, firing point procedures, bearing 326, range to enable 8,300 yards. Ship ready, tube ready, launch tube 1. Tube 1 has cleared the tube and running normally. We've had a reactive launch transient.
From Sierra 4.
Dive, take us down to 1600 feet.
Make depth 1600 feet. Dive
Hostile
high.
target has gone active. We shall set weapon to run to active homing. Estimated range to target is a mere 8,000 kiloyards. That's probably why I detected the launch transient. I'm not going to fire a spread as there is probably no need. I cannot detect any other military sonar apart from the one attached to the Kilo. We've got a weapon spread. Looking at the weapons outfit, we have got Test 71 MKE torpedoes, a very modern Russian torpedo it looks like. I've not encountered the MKE before, so this could be potentially quite dangerous if he set them to a deep search. We've got to make sure that we're staying roughly on this course. In fact, we are going to swing left helm, bring us bearing 269, turn the screws for 10 knots, ahead 2/3.
Make turns for 10 knots, maneuvering I. Con, maneuvering, making turns for 10 knots.
10 knots, aye. Lovely. If you went full AA, will your bathwater be delivered drop by drop? I heard something quite funny about the bathwater thing, and that is some chemistry student or someone similar apparently did a test on the bathwater and found that there was absolutely no sort of human skin cells or no indication that it had been in contact with human skin. We as creatures shed quite a lot of our sort of biomass, if you will, skin flakes and whatever. We've got basically a layer of dead skin over the top of our actual skin that we shed. And basically there was no like indication that it is actually bathwater. And that makes, because that's technically false advertising, she sold something that it isn't. that makes her liable for a class action lawsuit, which is really funny to me. Like she could very legitimately, for false advertising, be liable for a class action lawsuit, which is really funny to me. Sell you my bathwater. Well, I'm not selling bathwater, but I can sell you my toilet bowl water. Slightly used, do not drink. You know, but yes, I can do that for you if there's appetite to do that. Literally scammed, that's right. So the bathwater thing, is she selling used bathwater? No, apparently. She's basically just selling tap water, I reckon. I don't reckon she is actually selling bottles of her own bathwater. I reckon she's literally just selling water and telling everyone it's her bathwater and then selling it for however much she was selling it, and then it turns out that it's not actually bathwater. We're going to adjust the RTE point, the run to enable point of the weapon, so that it more accurately tracks the kilo. Set RTE point bearing 339, range 7,000 yards. We're going to activate the weapon now.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Don't go for the whale. Oh. Apparently there was another contact as we come up there. Run at this depth. We are tracking a target. weapons have gone active. They are mistakenly searching shallow as they just went for a snapshot. They don't necessarily know that they're being engaged by a submarine.
3, 4, 2.
There was another hit round
Fire control,
here.
weapon countermeasure
Oh,
homing.
yeah.
Fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
Kind of spazzing out there. I'm having cereal, you will. I am Will for today. Thank you very much, Screwed. Let's see. Like Soviet's bathwater. Soviet said he'd have chunky bits in it. Yes, that's what you want. You want something you can chew on, like Scotch broth soup. That's what you want from your bathwater. Shudders. Ugh. Actually haunting. Really struggling to track the Kilo improved. I reckon there is a second hostile somewhere, although he hasn't fired, which suggests that he's not there. Maybe it was tracking the humpback and its target solution was inaccurate. Maybe the humpback's about here. It looks like that we're going to be in the search path of at least one of the torpedoes. This torpedo seems to be tracking really well, so we're going to cut the cord for that, reload a Mark 48 here, and we're going to run to a head full. 20
Make
knots.
turns for 20 knots. Maneuvering eye.
Lovely. Acknowledge subs. Acknowledging subs. ISA. Jesus, there's quite a few actually. You're absolutely right. Thank you very much there to Hexdot. Q has better things to do than to entertain us. Is that it? Not really. No, I'm literally sitting here in my pants playing some Cold Waters. It's a thought for the ladies there. Saru, thank you very much for the 20 bits. Obviously about me overlay there. Thank you very much. Very kind. That didn't really pop up though. But yes, it was appreciated all the same. 72 Revolution there. It's too early. Go back to bed. Deal. We'll come off after this stream or this round. No, we'll go for the full 2 hours. And Karma the Alligator as well. Good morning, you nice sounding bastard. That is very, very kind of you, sir. Thank you for 22 months. Fucking hell, you ancient history you are. So you old man. Thank you also to the Great Nate for the 1 bits. And NCR and Proud for 15 months. Thank you very, very much.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
Is Q ever going to notice me? The answer might not be no. Well, today is your lucky day because might not be no means yes. Consider yourself noticed. Beautiful. I wonder if this torpedo is still tracking. It should be. It's probably far enough from the humpback whale to be able to get a decent solution like, although the fact that I can't see it is a little bit troubling. Bring us back down to 5 knots, please, manoeuvring.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering eye.
Helm, sorry, bring us right bearing 312.
Come right to 312. Helm eye.
Kilo is still running evasive. He's not dead stop, but we are struggling to track him. Oh Jesus, look at all this. I didn't even know these were here. Oh, they were really holding just off the coast. I think this is one of my harbours, isn't it? They don't hold the Paracel Islands. I don't know why these are marked as red. Just indicate harbours.
Con maneuvering. Making turns for 5 knots.
5 knots. I don't want to go to active search, but I do want to find this guy.
Con helm. Steady course.
I don't want to send another weapon in my other weapon's going to get him. He is currently holding at about 400 feet. He's not changing depth. He's not doing anything unusual. Sonar array is struggling to find him, as he's almost coming right towards us. I can't help but feel like he has managed to lose that weapon. Okay. Well, I no longer have a Mark 48 in the water, which made me think that it's maybe hit something that I've not seen, or he's hit and he's not sunk. We're going to have to ready another weapon. Firing point procedures. Bearing 347. Range to enable 6,100 yards. Ship ready, tube ready. Fire tube... Well, actually, we'll set it to active homing and surface search. Fire tube 1.
Shoot tube 1. Aye, sir.
Weapon has cleared the tube and is running normally. Mark 48 fired from 1,600 feet. Running to target. Probably about here at the moment. Unknown launch transient. Doesn't sound like we've had any explosions of any kind. Kilo is here. No damage to the Kilo. Gotta wonder what happened to that Mark 48. Change the command. Did I? What did I do? Did I change the command? Oh, that command. The tuck and tail. I probably heard the launch transient but didn't fire a reacting shot, which is a little bit interesting. That's unusual. Can we get Saru, the Saru command, to just say a random fact about Saru? That's actually not a bad idea. I'm not sure whether Moobot's got that kind of functionality. Torp probably hit the Allied oil rig, more than likely. I'm guessing it was quite... yeah, it's quite close to that. Gotta be careful. We've got to be mindful of that then. Saru plays Fortnite. Did you know Saru dabs every morning before work? Yeah, all of this stuff. We could just build like a... I don't even know. It'd be great. I shouldn't have said anything. I regret everything. I love it. After a shower, Saru will only do the floss to get dry. Somebody write these down. So, I need them PM to me. Alright. Adjust heading of weapon bearing 345. Range to enable 5,200 yards. Activate the weapon.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Turn it back this way. Wunderbar. You a butt. Thank you, very kind. Lovely. What does sonar say? Jesus.
Sonar, noisemaker bearing 357.
357. Kilo is actually doing a very good job of trying to confuse our torpedo head.
Fire control, weapon countermeasure.
He's
homing.
dropping his countermeasures very, very early, which is unusual, I've got to be honest. Here are the two whales. This
Con,
one
fire
is
control,
running
weapon acquired.
shallow. This guy didn't meet his end. And this guy didn't meet his end. It must have
Con,
been
fire
the
control,
oil rig
weapon countermeasure homing.
that
Con
got
sonar,
dinged up.
noisemaker bearing 357.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Fire control weapon acquired. Con I tracking target at 400
Con,
feet depth.
fire control, weapon countermeasure homing. Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
So far, so good. Weapon struggling to maintain target. It's very quiet for some reason. He's very struggling. Probably something to do with modern Soviet decoys confusing the active sonar head. Although it's doing a good job to try and power through. Can't quite see the target. I am still using the Murkier Waters mod. I can't even remember what the mod's called. I do see the target. Here we're tracking him here. Probably going to drop another decoy. We're going to manually take control of this torpedo if it steers onto the wrong target. For the most part, we're going to let it run on its torpedo evasion course, because the Mark 48 is very good like that. It does have a very, very wide search.
Weapon acquired.
Here it is,
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
bouncing between these different things here. He really doesn't have the top speed to be able to evade this forever. The torpedo's going to swing left here, and it's probably going to catch him.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Weapon acquired I. Weapon is tracking to target. He is not going fast enough to avoid this. He can only make 20 knots. All he can do is spread a very, very, very closely knit web of torpedo. Well, yeah.
Fire control, weapon acquired.
Oh god. Okay, see, that is now tracking the wrong target. That's probably what he did before. We're going to swing it down and left.
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
We're going to steer this one in. looks like this.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing
Got him.
353.
Superb. Right, yeah, so it looks like what he was doing is he was trying to drive himself up north towards the oil rig and use this as a medium in order to basically confuse sonar equipment, and the sonar basically goes, oh, very big warship, and then yeah, crashes into. I don't know why, like fucking, I don't know why the torpedoes like are doing a very bad like Chinese accent, but yeah, yeah, it's very big, and then they attack that, and instead of this, and then you could call that successful torpedo evasion. Definitely sunk one torpedo into the oil rig. Hopefully they don't mind. It's only a slight ecological disaster, but who cares? You know, it's only fish. It's a wrong mentality. Sponsored by BP. Right. Let's do the old stretch. Screw says 2 friends went to the supermarket and brought something. Oh, I've got to scroll up a little bit to read this. Come on, chat. Throw me a bone here. I want to read a joke. Won't let me scroll up. Friend 1 paid and refused to take the change. So friend 2 asked why. Come on, chat. Work with me. Why are you not making any sense? So hang on, I've got it around here somewhere. Thank you. Very, very good. Right. Only fish, yes, only fish. There's only fish in the ocean. Nothing else. Nothing else. True fact. Tell your friends. Oh dear. So you want sorry, if, for a good morning stream. Oh God. All I'm doing is making people wish they were going back to bed. Effort. Literal effort. Whoa. Right. I've decided we're upgrading to DEFCON 2. We're going with pyjama bottoms instead of just pants. For it is warm. Oh. Jesus Christ, it's like a skin-tight jumpsuit. There we go.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
Tube 1 ready, aye. Lovely. Every day is bad weather, yes. Go Commando. How do we know I weren't already? Lovely. You could pad your tonnage with the oil rig. I suppose I could. Right, let's have a look here. No nearby vessels, no weapons, no aircraft, no flooding. Leave combat. Single Kilo class submarine engaged and destroyed. Hopefully this is the mission target. Excellent. Very pleased to see that you dealt with those subs with a determination and resolve, Commander. Remember that for every enemy vessel that we take out, it means safer transit for our troops and transports. Good work. Stand by for further orders. Oh yeah, put those layers on. Sneg-lude. Very nice. Cool. So, newspaper headline for that day, 30th of October 2000. Sub-killers. Incidents involving attacks on convoys by hostile submarines in and around the South China Sea have rapidly diminished. An anonymous spokesperson suggested that increased US submarine operations in the area are a contributing factor. However, the Pentagon has refused to comment on current operations. Without the threat of attack from submarines, trans-Pacific crossings are becoming more efficient and suffering fewer losses. If this improved influx of supplies and war materials can be sustained, US forces will be in a position to secure the South China Sea region. Very, very nice. Okay, so our next mission comes down the grapevine. South China, well, the Chinese army, or the Chinese Navy, constantly trying to make gains, so we've got to try and push them back. Tactical situation. Intelligence data indicates the enemy plans an amphibious landing at Subic Bay in the Philippines. A task force with landing ships is leaving Shantou now. You must intercept and destroy this force before the landing occurs. NavOps is depending on you. No other ships or aircraft are in a position to intercept in time. Primary objective, locate and sink enemy amphibious landing ships and sink any escorts if possible. Avoid detection by patrols, weapons free. They are landing at Subic Bay in the Philippines. Let's have a look. Let's rock and roll. Subic Bay. Down here. Where will they go? Guessing they have to come in from this way, which means I can wait for them here. They're leaving Shantou. which means they'll come over here. I've been intercepted by ASW. Captain, we have a new sonar contact bearing 241, designated as Sierra 1. XO reports our depth is at 50 feet, heading 290. Speed is 5 knots. Local conditions are scattered with a light breeze. It looks like a maritime patrol aircraft, or a maritime air patrol, flew over us in the form of reconnaissance in an attempt to try and kick us in the nose, basically. So we could have a bear bomber or the Japanese, or well, Chinese equivalent on station. Not very good.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Rig ship for ultra quiet. Sonars. Total water depth is 1900 feet. Sierra 1, Sierra 2 contact time just off the coast here.
Designated Sierra 2.
Did I see the coast? How far am I?
Sonar new contact
Oh, yeah, so
bearing 2, 3, 1. Designated Sierra 3.
Sierra 3. Dive, take us down to 600
new contact
feet.
bearing 2, 6.
Make depth 600 feet. Dive high.
Or Sierra contacts. Jesus Christ, they're really opening up the shipping lane if this is all fucking hostile contacts. I only have 4 Mark 48s left, which means I'll be engaging the enemy fleet with pretty much missiles only, if I'm not careful here. I'll have to do a massive missile barrage, the old scoot and shoot, or shoot and scoot. Right, let's see here. Let's start servicing Sierra 1 as a hostile contact assumed. Yep, looks submarine-like. Got ourselves a... it doesn't quite line up at the end. Looks like a Romeo. Mark. Sierra 1, hostile submarine.
Sierra 1 is classified as submerged submarine.
This is unusual. Wonder what this could be. Definitely not the fleet, just a merchant ship. Mark.
Con sonar Sierra 2 is classified as merchant.
Looks like another merchant ship of some variant. Merchant. Mark.
Con sonar Sierra 3 is classified as merchant. Con sonar Sierra 4 is classified as escort.
Escort ship. A Huang Feng. What's a Huang Feng? Oh, it's a torpedo boat. Interesting. That doesn't quite match up here. I feel like this is a merchant, to be honest. Yeah, trawler, more likely.
Sonar Sierra 4 is classified as merchant.
So they've sent a Romeo 1 ahead of me. Estimated target depth is at about 400 feet, give or take. If it was to be a guess, that is Sierra 1. Sierra 1 is estimated to be at about 400 feet. Dive. We will continue our dive down to 1400 feet or 1200 feet to service the hostile target.
0 feet. Dive high.
Are we in silent running at the moment? Yes, we are. Top right. Ready torpedo 1. Passive search. Surface search. We will run to target. Estimated range to contact is 7,300 yards. Let's take a look at the specifications of the Romeo here. Here we are. Trout Cheek medium frequency passive sonar. It's got U1 torpedoes, so a Chinese torpedo. High frequency active sonar, snoop plate radar. Not the best equipped, to be honest. It's quite quiet. The U1 torpedo's reasonably capable, but it's not super threatening. It will struggle to find us if we go deep, definitely. Let's have a look. Hello, Elf. How you doing, mate? Welcome, welcome. We'll tiptoe down. Right. On our way down. Very, very nice. Once we start to level off at about 1100 feet, I'll get ready to fire the torpedo. Lovely. Just a rain check for everybody in chat. How are we doing? Are we having good mornings so far? Hopefully so. With any luck, some of you will be sitting here with a bowl of cereal and or just breakfast of your choice, grapefruit or whatever, a bowl of fruit, anything like that. Indeed, it is probably evening for some people. Hopefully you're all having a good evening. Hopefully you've had a good day, like. So yeah, well, hopefully you're doing good. Me, on my end, I'm not too bad. I don't really have much planned for today. I ordered the last of my airsoft kit for the Arma 3 community event next week. So that's going to be arriving at Jane's, and she's going to be bringing it down to me, which is nice. I've also got a family holiday to Centre Parks with the nephews, which I'm really looking forward to. So that's going to be a good time. Yeah, it's going to be great. Doing good. Bowl of oatmeal here. Oatmeal, you old fart. Love it. Am I going Russian? Not today. Maybe next time. No, I'm just going with like a generic sort of PMC type look. The Russian army kit was a little bit out of grasp, and I thought to myself, if I'm just renting a airsoft rifle, which is going to be an M4A1, there's no point in me getting all this Russian kit and Russian, authentic Russian uniform if I'm literally just going to be using an M4. I could have built like a Russian like PMC type guy because like a Russian insurgent would potentially have his hands on an M4. Unlikely, but totally possible, I guess, that one would end up in sort of insurgent circulation. But ultimately, decided to go with the just like a generic sort of PMC type thing, which is going to be pretty good. Anyway, yapping, stabbing, we got things to be shooting. Passive search, weapon ready on bearing 234, range to enable 2,800 yards. Ship ready, tube ready.
Sierra 4 is cavitating.
Sierra 4 is not a trawler. Sierra 1. Did that say Sierra? It said Sierra 4, didn't it? Okay. Firing point procedures, bearing 235, range to enable 4,000 yards. Ship ready, tube ready, fire tube 1.
Shoot tube 1. Aye, sir.
Weapon has cleared the tube and is running normally. We are down at 1,200 feet. Let's see. I would want to start with an ASG. If I buy a gun, it would go better with this. If you would want to start with ASG or an airsoft gun and buy a gun, it is better to go with CO2 or electric. Is it better? I don't know. I guess it really depends on preference. I think it's better to go with electric, like with a spring, so you don't need to buy gas.
Sonar, launch transient from Sierra 1.
Launch transient from Sierra 1. Set the weapon to search. It is going to run up to the surface. It has sent us a spread. Dive, take us down to 1,600 feet as a matter of urgency. Blare the dive alarm. Lovely. Take us down. Superb. Morning, Gamma. Welcome, mate. Fucking absolute wall of grey bears in chat there. Holy shit. Electric is very easy to start out with. Just the pop in the battery and start shooting. Yeah. Weapon is running at top notch here. Yeah, but blowback, my guy. Yeah, true. Yes, wall of grey bears. Superb. Okay, let's set the weapon to run just a little bit deeper as he begins to dive. Running to the target. So far, so good. Torpedo's just going straight as an arrow. There's nothing really that this torpedo can get clogged up on. There's no other supporting contacts. You got an L96 bolt action sniper rifle, electric G36C, and a CO2 P1911 with blowback. Nice. Yeah, I don't have a UCARA license, so I can't buy my own proper firearms. You could get them two-tone, I guess, but where's the fun in that? Where's the fun in getting two-tone? Right. How am I doing? Got any plans for today? Not really. I'm just going to be chilling out. Probably be playing a bit of Warhammer with Catler. We've been playing Warhammer 2 a fair bit.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Weapon acquired, aye. Set weapon to run at same depth. There we go. It is now tracking Sierra 1 Romeo class submarine. Also, Patrol Base sucks so hard. What's wrong with Patrol Base, Gamma? Because to me, and again, I might be wrong as a complete airsoft novice, but to me, like, Patrol Base basically just looks like the Argos of airsoft-like equipment. Why is Patrol... And a genuine question, why is Patrol Base sucking hard, as you put it? Just as a genuine normie. You need a license to buy airsoft? Well, not a license, but what's called a defense. You need what's called a UKARA defense, because basically the Russian government made it passed a bill or an act which basically said that you couldn't own imitation firearms, and it threatened to basically kill the airsoft industry. We're going to run this to active homing, by the way, just so it tracks in better. And so this sort of agreement was set up in which a player has to be UKARA certified, which is like a database that registers airsoft players. You have to play at least at an airsoft site 3 times in a time span of more than 3 months or something like that. So you have to play 3 different airsoft skirmishes at least 3 times at the same airsoft site or different airsoft sites. I'm not familiar with that one. Even prop guns. What do you mean prop guns? Prop guns are different. Like you need like a kind of movie. I think you're like. I think yes, even prop guns. But strangely, if you're a film company or a film crew, you can buy imitation airsoft rifles as or like what the UKARA sort of defense calls realistic imitation firearms. So, like, guns that are, like, bright orange, those are imitation firearms, because they look like guns, but they're all painted, like, colourful, so you know it's a toy. But realistic imitation firearms, the things that look real, the things that look like actual firearms, those are the taboos for us here in England. And so, yes, you need what's called a UKARA defence. It's not a licence. People always stress to tell me that. It isn't a licence. It's not, like, proper permission, if you like, or like, it's not like, it's a really weird one. It's like, it's such a grey area, like, but you basically need to have a UKARA defense to buy the gun, not to own the gun. Like, that's the big nomenclature. Like, you need to have a UKARA defense in order to buy one. So if you go to a shop or a retailer, and you want to buy a realistic imitation firearm, you have to have the UKARA defense. Interesting, here in Sweden there are no such rules. You can just buy them and play however you feel. It's just not for the public, yeah. Haven't been able to watch your stream for a while, unfortunately. This is my first time back in like 6 months or so. Love the new profile picture. Thank you very much. It's courtesy of Boo Boo Dingo there, Dingo there, Lucas. Very talented artist. She did the Cube Farm emote, and I thought, do you know what, that's oh shit, that's coming right over the top. That scared me then. Yeah, but yeah, fucking it's fine really in the grand scheme of things. It looks very, very good.
20 Helm I.
But yeah, it's a bit of a bother. Like, you can understand why they're doing it, because, you know, like, fucking, you don't want people running around with imitation firearms, like, causing a ruckus. But yes, it's very tight, and it means that people who aren't already into airsoft can't really do it. Like, with realistic, because you get into airsoft to play with the real toy guns. Do you know what I mean? Like, you want to look the part. You play Toy Soldier. It's basically Arma 3's Arsenal, but in real life. You know, you get to get whatever gun you like, get whatever uniform you like, shoot some people with BB guns. It's pretty good. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's more realistic than paintball, shall we say? So it's a lot harder. It's a lot easier to cheat than in paintball, because there's no paint that marks you. You have to it's basically an honor system in which you get tagged. But that's a story for another day, I guess. All the torpedoes are running out of juice. Last one's going to go. Superb. U1 seems to be a very short torpedo then. You'd like to recommend the Narwhal class? Yes, it's a very good sub. Right then, let us move on out of the area. No other close contacts, no weapons, no aircraft, no flooding. Leave the combat area. 1x Romeo class engaged and sunk. Very, very nice. Please resume your actual mission objective. Getting a bit of a scolding there from the Commander-in-Chief of the Pacific Fleet. I'm just holding here outside the Scarborough Shoal, as I'm not really sure where this fleet is going to be attacking from. One would assume that they will come in through this bay here. Here we go, in fact. We're going to get ready to intercept them just like this. Lovely. That looks to be our attack fleet there. Okay. In the vicinity of the Scarborough Shoal, South China Sea, on the 31st of October, 7 o'clock in the morning. Captain, we have a new sonar contact bearing 9295, designated as Sierra 1 XO. Reports our depth is at 50 feet, heading 235, speed is 5 knots. Local conditions are rainy, yes, light air with a very strong surface duct and thermal air at 150 feet, very favourable for a stealth operation. All hands to battleships. Isn't there a joule limit as well?
For ultra quiet.
What do you mean a joule limit as well? There's a feet per second limit on how much power.
Con sonar, new contact bearing 271, designated Sierra 2.
Leave silent running. Reload a Mark
Con
40.
sonar, new
Oh, I
contact
can't reload a
bearing
Mark 48.
310.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Is that a TASM or a T-Ram?
Con
I'm
sonar,
trying to
new
load there.
contact bearing
That's a T-Ram.
290, designated
Let's
Sierra
load a
4.
TASM.
Con sonar, new contact bearing 293, designated Sierra 5.
Ooh. Let's take us down to periscope depth. I was nearly
Peak
like
depth 4 by feet. Dive by.
sort of broaching slightly. Should be okay. Right, upscope.
Upscope.
Con sonar, new contact bearing.
Con. Dive at 4 by feet. Dive by.
Con sonar, new contact bearing 288, designated Sierra 8.
Mark, we got a fishing vessel.
Con sonar, new contact bearing 301, designated Sierra 9.
What's that? I'm sure it's...
Con
Aye.
sonar, new contact bearing 317, designated Sierra 11.
Trawler. Got a
Con
warship.
sonar, master 3 is classified as escort. Con sonar, master 1 is classified as escort. Con sonar, master 8 is classified as merchant. Con sonar, master 2 is classified as escort.
Downscope.
Downscope.
Sierra 9. This is it. Right. What we're going to do is we're going to fire a large and devastating missile attack against the bulk of the fleet in the middle. What are these? Yeah, we're just going to have to fire a massive barrage of missiles at them. So start reloading a shitload of these missiles. We're going to get ready for a large and devastating missile attack against the bulk of their fleet. Bring us down to 200 now. We don't want to go below the surface ducts just yet. Take us down
Make
to
depth 100 feet. Dive by.
100 feet, dive I. Hopefully that'll keep us above it. It's at 144 feet, I believe, the thermal layer. Hopefully we don't lose contact with them. 1, 2, 3 escorts. We just need to sink the bulk. You bet going North Korea. Anti-air systems? Probably. But I'm just going to hopefully just with a... Yep, anti-missile guns. No anti-missile guns on the Kongshas. So only the Yukon has anti-missile guns. The other ships are all vulnerable. Master 11. Jesus Christ. Master 12.
100 feet. Dive
100 feet, dive I. Reloading. TASMs ready to go. We're going to get ready to fire a very large spread at these guys. They're
Con,
setting
torpedo
active
room,
search. They
2-2
are
ready.
searching for me. Turn the screws for 2 knots, please, dive. Slow us right down.
Make
Or
turns
maneuvering.
for 2 knots. Maneuvering I.
Not been detected yet. But I heard an explosion on the water's surface then. I do have the element of surprise. They're not in any kind of sort of searching pattern. You called me? Yeah, turn the screws. Chengdu. Let's have a look at that as a warship. It's got FQF 2500. It's not too bad. It doesn't have any torpedoes. The Jiangyu does have torpedoes, and the Luda has an RBU system. This is quite a weak escort, I've got to be honest. We should be okay. Just reloading the last of the missiles here, because I've got to launch a large and somewhat devastating
Con,
attack
maneuvering. making turns for 2 knots.
I'm going to launch the RBU 2500, but I am a very long way away from them. I'm going to be having a good old time here.
Con, torpedo room, tube 5 ready.
Tube 5 ready. Aye, we're going to get ready to launch when this one is nearly done. And we'll go from there. We shall fire the harpoons perhaps first, just to try and draw the fire of the missile guns. The smaller ones, yeah, we'll do that. In fact, no, we'll fire the big ones first. I'm basically throwing shit till it hits, yeah. No point in doing anything else, not really. But I had a launch transient then. Would potentially have a hostile submarine in tow. Very interesting. Right. Get ready to fire a spread of missiles from bearing 280 to bearing 300. Firing point procedures. Bearing 281. We're just going to fire these in rapid succession, so I'm not going to do call-outs for all of them. Range to enable 1100 yards. Ship ready, tube ready. Fire tube 1.
Shoot tube 1. Aye, sir.
Con, torpedo room, tube 6 ready.
Shoot tube 5. Aye, sir. Shoot tube 6. Aye, sir. Shoot tube 4. Aye, sir.
Some of these will get through. This guy here is hopefully going to turn on the head target. This one looks like a miss. Oh, this one's been shot down. Another shot down. This one's it.
Con sonar lost contact. Master 3.
Jangu.
Bearing 308. Contact breaking up.
Contact breaking up. Fire another volley. Here.
Shoot tube 3. Aye, sir. Shoot tube 7. Aye, sir.
Just hit shit. Yep, just keep throwing until it sticks. We've got one of them. Start reloading the torpedoes.
Con, fire control. Unable to fire.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
Shoot tube 1. Aye, sir.
Another one out. Massive missile attack. These guys can't really engage me yet as I'm outside of their range. Ready decoy. Fuck. Their anti-missile guns are much more effective than I remember. It's very much a bother. They're tracking them really well. Would have thought for a night attack we might have done better. This one looks like it might be a hit. Oh, fuck. They've nailed them. Okay, we're going to have to switch to torpedoes, I think.
Con, torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
Right. Torpedoes. Get me as many as you can. Poor missile attack. Hung Shark, these guys should not have the means to be able to resist me like this. It's got to be these... No, they don't even have... The only thing that has missile guns is this one. That one's been sunk. It's got to be the UCAN that's causing me shit. Something is picking out and just deleting my shit. It's very annoying. Before you were only dealing with mounted guns, now you're dealing with real anti-missiles. Do you reckon? Yeah. We've got a problem. It looks like they're trying to push through. The fleet is quite scattered. Dive, bring us up to 4-5 feet.
5 feet, dive by.
Got to check this out. We've got to get a torpedo on the UCAN, like, immediately. So we got rid of this escort, which is good. We got rid of one of the transport ships. You like fucking complete the bottle flip.
Ready.
I used to rip its head off. Jesus. Tube 1 ready. Active homing. Surface search. Firing point procedures. Bearing 282. Range to enable 11,000 yards. Ship ready. Tube ready. Fire tube 1.
Shoot tube 1.
Con, dive at 4-5 feet, dive by.
4-5 feet, aye. This guy here shouldn't have any... It doesn't say that he's got any missile guns, so let's fire a missile at him. Firing point procedures, bearing 277, range to enable 10,000 yards. Ship ready, tube ready, fire tube 2.
Shoot tube 2. Aye, sir.
Another missile out. Reload Mark 48 in tube 2. Let's see whether or not this one finds its mark. There's a very good chance it will get shot down, but we'll see. The UCAN and the Chengdu are anti-missile ships covering for the fleet, I see. This one doesn't say it's got any.
3 ready.
He's turning in. We'll look for the explosion. Yeah. So it is the UCAN with its plethora of anti-missile guns. Right, upscope.
Upscope.
Oh,
This way.
yeah.
Not like... Oh no, I can use the arrow keys. Here they are. Mark. Hiding past each other.
Con, torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
Tube 2I. Marking those guys. That guy marked, that guy marked. Trying to get a lock, Chengdu. There's that Luda. Can't see the other warship. Downscope.
Downscope.
There's the Chengdu. These guys are pulling back in a big way. They're trying to get away. Where's the UCAN? Let's get another torpedo out. Firing point procedures. Bearing 2788. Range to enable 14,100 yards. Ship ready, tube ready, fire tube 2.
Shoot tube 2. Aye, sir.
We're going to get all the torpedoes in the water. All to surface search. Firing point procedures. Bearing. Let's have a look. 15,700 yards. Bearing
Con, torpedo room, tube
Bearing
4 ready.
286. Range to enable 15,700 yards. Ship ready, tube ready, fire tube 3.
Shoot tube 3. Aye, sir.
This is very chaotic, but I'm going for rearm and replenishment after this anyway, so it's not too bad. Activate the
fire
weapon.
Control. Weapon acquired.
So we've sunk one escort for about what? How many millions? 10 million? 20 million? I don't even know how many millions of pounds I just spent on a massive salvo that's only sunk 2 ships. Where is the UCAN though? I'm struggling to track it.
Upscope.
Con sonar.
Raise the ESM mast.
Raise ESM. UCAN is Master 5. Master
Con,
5 is
fire
bearing
control, weapon
282.
Con, fire control. Weapon countermeasure
That
homing.
guy. some reason I just can't quite get him to
Con
tag.
sonar, noisemaker bearing 277.
That's got to be the UCAN, but I just can't
Fire
quite get him to
control,
tag
weapon
it.
countermeasure homing.
There we go, UCAN. Just managed to find the sweet spot. UCAN is right there.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Weapon acquired eye. UCAN is the target. This guy, oh god, yeah, look at all of that. I don't know whether you can see that, but he's got a shitload of boats and stuff, yeah. See, these are the missile guns. They're like fucking... They're not even like sophisticated. They're just like fucking AA guns on a gimbal. There's a guy just like fucking standing on the back. Oh, these are definitely been the things that have been shooting my missiles down. Yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3 that are able to fight. Shoot torps, Joe, not fire them. Yes, or well, you are launch torps. Yes, that's very true.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 2.
Steer this thing on. I don't have time to waste.
Con sonar lost contact.
He's dealt with.
Master 2. Last bearing 280.
Luda's
Contact
coming
breaking up.
this way. So this one's going for the Luda. Or this one's going for the UCAN. This one's going for the Luda. Run both weapons. Was no trouble. Right. Very problematic. What else do I have? I've only got harpoons and T-lambs, and that's basically my entire inventory. Oh dear. Excellent. Let's have a look. Yeah. The missile barrage probably wasn't the most sensible, but well, it's so far. Well, it got rid of an escort, I suppose, if you want to look at the bright side.
Con, torpedo room, tube 7 ready.
Come right to 259 L5.
259. I must have accidentally set a course. Weapons are running. I'll just speed up time a tiny bit.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
Let's speed up to ahead
Con sonar,
2/3.
we are cavitating.
Don't mind with cavitation.
Con, helm.
Activate
steady
the weapon.
course.
Activate
Con,
the weapon.
fire control, weapon acquired.
You're running after the UCAN, my friend. I wouldn't normally use the quick
Con
time.
sonar, noisemaker bearing 294.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. Where are you going, son? You should not be down here. Well, you're set to surface search. Where are you looking, Sweet Pea? Get yourself back up there. Down at fucking 1900 feet. What are you doing down here? You're set to surface search. You anus. Right,
Con
get
sonar,
up there.
Noisemaker bearing 291.
Get up there. Surface search my ass. Get your ass back up here and find the Luda. Jesus, never seen anything like it. Okay, we need to be more respectful of the UCAN's anti-missile guns in future. There we go, finally got what I need. Hopefully this UCAN goes down in one hit. Ah, try and shoot this, you fucker. Very nice, very nice. Torpedoes going
Con
in.
sonar, noisemaker bearing 288.
288i. Don't you fucking dare go down for that
Con,
Chengdu.
fire control, weapon
I
acquired.
am a very upset man. Get yourself back up to the surface, you dingbat. Yeah.
Con sonar, lost
Eesh,
contact.
Jesus.
Master 5. Last bearing 284.
up.
Contact breaking up.
There we go. You idiot. Why is the Chengdu causing you such shit? It's right at the bottom. It's 1900 feet of ocean. Right, let's service some missiles. Firing point procedures, bearing 284, range to enable 18,700 yards. Ship ready, tube ready, fire tube 6.
Shoot tube 6. Aye, sir.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing.
Firing
2,
point
8,
procedures, I
6.
swear to God if it goes back on that Chengdu. Firing point procedures, bearing 274, range to enable 18,100 yards. Ship ready, tube ready, fire tube 7.
Shoot tube 7. Aye, sir.
This tub, I want a refund on this one. This one's been useless. Actually, I'm just going to drive it in. It's the only way to be sure.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Passive homing, I'm driving it. Jesus. Straight in. Look at this, you anus. Swear to God. Yeah, he's going hard this way. Intercept over here. And finally.
Con sonar lost contact. Master 1. Last bearing 2, 8, 9. Contact breaking up.
Excellent. These harpoons, these ships, troop transport ships. God, that Yukon sank like a lead balloon, didn't it? Jesus. Here we go. Target locked.
Con sonar lost contact. Master 4.
These are
Last
like just
bearing,
converted
2,
like
8,
fucking
4.
like
Contact
civilian
breaking
ships.
up.
They're like ferries. No way they're going to be able to stand up to this.
Con sonar lost contact. Master 6. Last bearing 2.
Firing point
7,
procedures,
4.
bearing
Contact breaking up.
284, 21,100 yards. Ship ready, tube ready, fire tube 1.
Shoot tube 1. Aye, sir.
We're away, we'll watch the last one in. Harpoon missiles, very nice. Lovely. Got them all, yes, at the expense of an enormous cost to the taxpayer. As I've just spent literally millions upon millions upon millions of dollars just fucking splooging like anti-ship missiles all over the South China Sea. The Yukon, definitely, for just a merchant ship, those anti-missile guns were lethal. Yeah, it's every day's a school day. Hopefully we don't hit the wreck of the sinking ship. Hopefully it's under already. If I was them, and I saw that that ship was hit and this ship was hit, I would be jumping into the ocean right about now. 'Cause I would know there's a missile with my name on it, on its way in. Nothing you can do. Can't reason with it. And not even I can reason with it at this point. It's fire and forget, so... Dude! Here it comes. Gonna make its final little adjustment. There it is, on target. And it goes.
Con sonar lost
Kaboom.
contact. Master.
Very, very nice.
Last
Captain,
bearing,
EXO
2,
reports we have
8,
no
4.
contact
Contact
nearby.
breaking up.
Ready to leave the area. Leave combat. All engaged and sunk. 1 times Luda, 1 times Chengdu, 1 times Jiangsu, 4 times Kyongsha, sorry, and 1 times Yukon. Remaining, we have 1 TASM, 8 T-LAMs, 3 UGM-84s, 3 MOSSs, and no Mark 48 ADCAPS torpedoes. Great job. Pleased to hear you intercepted, or you... Glad to hear the expected invasion of the Subic Bay, Philippines, has been repelled. New orders sent on the downlink. Excellent stuff. We get for our efforts. The Secretary of the Navy places great pleasure in awarding the Navy Commendation Medal to Commander Quebec, commanding officer of the USS Seawolf SSN-21, for meritorious service while serving as commander of the USS Seawolf SSN-21. Quebec's numerous accomplishments, inspiring leadership and steadfast devotion to duty are keeping in with the highest traditions of the United States Naval Service. Very, very nice. Lovely. Philippines defended. Subic Bay, Philippines. A massive coordinated Chinese sea-based landing has been repelled. A DoD spokesman says that a combination of hard fighting by defending troops and a prior significant weakening of the invasion force by US naval units contributed to averting the disaster and defeat. According to analysts, the ability of the US to contain the enemy and prevent the opening of new fronts will be a major factor in the outcome of the war. Only by keeping with the front line focused on a few territories will the Western Allies have any hope of success. New mission in. What? What? Intelligence has discerned a pattern to movements of enemy at-sea replenishment tankers and tenders. A small enemy force, including 1 or 2 of these ships, is expected to sail from Murmansk from Ningbo temporarily for a rendezvous somewhere in the East China Sea. You are ordered to find and sink this group. You may also get a chance at the enemy warships this group intends to support, but the tankers and tenders are the mission target. It seems to think that I can do it. It's risky, but we've got to go with what we have. We've only got a handful of harpoons left. Did I say Murmansk? Sorry. Ningbo. Sorry, my bad. Did I say Murmansk? My bad. Momentarily for a rendezvous somewhere in the East China Sea. I've got to move into the East China Sea with no torpedoes. This I am not liking at all. If I get attacked by hostile submarines, I can't defend myself. We'll hold around Okinawa, and then we'll move in if they are spotted. Satellite's gone overhead. Oh fucking hell yeah, we've been painted big time. Holy shit, oh yeah. Leave me be! Go away! Where is the hostile target? I can't see them. That's not them. Fuck me. Yeah, there's two. I'm going back to Guam. We're leaving this mission to decay. I've got to replenish. There's nothing I can do. 60,000 tons. As your XO declares the ship safe, the crew is secured in port. The time has come to announce the new crew. This is the captain speaking. My salutes to you all. We sure have done well this time. As your commanding officer, I would like to say just this. It is an honour sailing with you. Now enjoy your time ashore. Lovely. Reloads available. Right. Repair and rearm. Let's see here. We need to load up. Let's get a couple of these. Reload them like this. And like, like this. And then we'll get a couple more. And then we reload them here and here. We want 2 harpoons loaded here. And then we want 1 TASM loaded here. So, we need 7 more TASMs. Yep, vessels have moved out of the area. Can't be... Nothing we can do about it. Missiles for ships. Wolfpack of submarines has been operating along the southern coast of Japan. We'll have to deal with that in a moment. 1 more of those. We need 6 more. We need 6 of these. And then I think we just fill up on ad caps. Yeah, something like that. That'll do. Okay, cast off. We've got to get to south of Japan, as they're believed to be hostile submarines, a wolf pack operating somewhere out here. Not sure where it's said exactly. There's something about Japan. Is it in the Sea of Japan? Review orders. Off the southern coast of Japan between Okinawa and the mainland. Somewhere around here then. No sign of any hostile submarine activity. This is the only thing I don't like about the South China Sea, is that I can't find the bastards anywhere. I've just got to wait for them to be spotted by MPA. Like, where? Where are they? I've already let 1 go. Letting a second go is going to cause me some real grief. Is that them? No, but they're not operating down here. Oh shit, here we go. Lost ground in the Spratlys. Chinese naval infantry spearheading the invasion of the Spratlys are now reported by Chinese state media to have made substantial advances into mainland areas. The battle for the Spratlys is now a race for time between the armed forces on the ground and the US's efforts to disrupt enemy supply lines. Overall initiative seems to be in Chinese hands, analysts agree. The situation in the region is growing serious as the US Navy has failed to respond to several successful Chinese attacks. Maintaining a strong presence is vital to US interests, and failure to do so may result in a short to medium time frame defeat. I can't find these guys. Unless this is them. Ah, see, look at this. We couldn't find them. This is the only thing that's really annoying, is that if I don't know where the objective is, I can't intercept them. Enemy replenishment tankers. A small enemy force, including one or two of these ships, is sailing from Qingdao for a rendezvous somewhere in the Yellow Sea. I've got to go really deep into enemy territory here. We'll hook around the south coast of South Korea. So we are in the Yellow Sea right now. This is a very dangerous place to be. Water depth here is like nil. Cargo ships. Very stealth. Oh no, I feel like I've been detected. There. Got him. Captain, we have a new sonar contact bearing 262, designates Sierra 1. EXO reports our depth is 150 feet, our heading 214. Have you played any Silent Hunter 5? No, it was very buggy, Joker. Didn't work for me. Our speed is 10 knots. Local conditions are broken with a moderate breeze, and we have a weak surface duct and thermal layer at 91 feet. All hands to battle stations.
Brig ship for ultra quiet.
Brig ship for silent running. Total water depth is 266 feet. Let's start searching for targets. Bring us up to periscope depth, please, dive.
Make depth 4, 5 feet, dive high.
We come. Gotta search for them. Interesting. I'm in a kiddie pool, yeah. Is a playthrough of Warhammer 40k, what? Battlefront Gothic Armada 2. I'm surprised I knew what that was then. On ye old to-do list. Not right now.
New contact bearing 262, designated Sierra 1.
Sierra 1, aye.
Con sonar new contact bearing
We'll
2,
just visually
8,
identify
6,
them as we
designated
come up.
Sierra 2. Con sonar new contact bearing 273, designated Sierra.
Upscope.
Bearing 262. There's a guy there, Mark.
Con sonar master 3 is classified as merchant.
Contact there. That's a warship.
Con, dive at
Chengdu.
4, 5 feet, dive high.
Con sonar master 2
Downscope.
is
Downscope.
Take a look at what we're dealing with here. Chengdu. It's got the FQF-2500, and this one's got torpedoes. Fire a simultaneous two-shot spread. We'll fire tubes 1 and 5. Surface search, active homing. Firing point procedures, bearing. We want this one for this tube, this one for that tube. So we'll fire tube 5 first. Firing point procedures, bearing 292. Range to enable 8,200 yards. Ship ready, tube ready. Fire tube 5.
Shoot tube 5. Aye, sir.
Firing point procedures, bearing, I said fire again, but bearing 264, 7,100 yards, range to enable, ship ready, tube ready, launch tube 1.
Shoot tube 1. Aye, sir.
Might as well send the weapon away on torpedo 3 as well. Ready, tube 2, active homing, firing point procedures, bearing 276, range to enable 9,600 yards, ship ready, tube ready, launch tube 2.
Shoot tube 2. Aye, sir.
Weapons 5, 1, 2 have cleared the ship and are running normally. Oh, this is going to get interesting. Okay, have you seen Have you seen that there is only War mod for Arma 3? It's a Warhammer 40k mod and there's several different factions in it. It's I don't know. I've got to be honest. I'm not really following Arma 3 mods at all. To be honest, I'm kind of waiting for DayZ to be in a playable state. There's two. Well, it definitely is in a playable state at the moment. Don't get me wrong. For the first time ever, I can say that I'm almost happy with the DayZ standalone. Like that may come as a shock. There's only literally one or two things that I need to do, and they need to do, and that is add more sort of civilian grade weaponry for the people that don't want to go to military bases. Because as a hero style player, I really don't have much cause to go to military bases or like high traffic PvP areas. I'm playing the survival game as a hero. I'm not playing the PvP deathmatch game. And so, in order to get a decent gun to defend myself, I have to go into these like high loot areas. Whereas, having like a double barrel shotgun or more basic civilian loot, just giving me some options outside of, would be a lot better. Yeah, but it's in a very playable state. It is much better, isn't it, Big Dave? Since they moved it to the new engine in 063. So they need to add like a double barrel shotgun and things like that, more basic civilian weaponry, maybe more pistols or something like that. It's hard to say. Oh, am I getting buzzed? I am getting buzzed by MPA. Shit. That's never good news. There's no way he hasn't detected me. Oh, I've got nowhere to dive. Take us down to 100 feet.
Make depth 100 feet. Dive by.
I'm just going to assume that he's going to drop a torpedo on me and I'm going to fire a decoy. Firing point procedures on Tube 8, bearing 182, range to enable 14,900 yards. Ship ready, tube ready, fire Tube 8.
Shoot Tube 8. Aye, sir.
Reload Tube 8 with decoy. Swing us right, bearing 319.
Helm right 2, 319, helm aye.
Take us down to 150 feet, please
Make
dive.
depth 150 feet. Dive by.
Activate weapon
Con,
5.
fire control, weapon acquired.
Activate
Con,
weapon
fire
1.
control, weapon acquired.
Run them all to target. This guy's starting a hard turn. This guy's starting a hard turn. Will he retaliatory fire with torpedoes? The other one did not. He might. If he does, it's going to be interesting. He might be going too fast to dump a torpedo load. Let's see. This guy's very much in trouble. He has slowed down a lot. He must be very much relying on his decoys here.
Con, dive at 150 feet. Dive by.
150 feet, dive by.
Con, torpedo room, tube 8
It's
ready.
got to be a decoy. He's going to drop a decoy. Sure,
Con
yeah,
sonar,
there it is.
noisemaker bearing 269.
Not sure where that MPA went. This guy's leaving it a bit late to make his
Con,
turn.
fire control, weapon acquired. Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
Activate weapon 2.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
He looks like he might be tracking the decoy as he's passing down that way. Very good.
Con sonar
Django
lost
has been
contact.
destroyed.
Master 2, last bearing 296. Contact breaking up.
Run after the Jengdu. This should throw a spanner in the works. He's not torpedo evading for this guy. Yeah, he's still trying to torpedo evade the other target. Yeah, that threw a spanner in the works.
Contact.
Con, helm, steady course.
Jesus. Bet that was interesting for them. What a view. Right. We need to tiptoe out north. Well, we want to come south, but at the minute we're being driven
Come right
north
to.
by the
0,
MPA.
0, 0. Helm aye.
Right. Cool. Good grief. Stretchy arms and stretchy legs. Yeah. Good stuff. Yawn raid, possibly. Don't nobody yawn. Don't do it. Right. Let's see. No. No, chat. I'm not looking. Don't do it. Reload tubes 2 and 5. So what's this then? A Diang. Should fully detect this. Why does it... Oh, here it is. Yang AS. It's just... It looks very generic. It's obviously it's got a helicopter pad at the back. I'm guessing it's a cargo ship. It looks like it's got a big crane on the front. It must hold quite a lot in the hold. Go figure. See if we can spot the torpedo coming in. There he is. You can see the wake.
Con, helm, steady course.
Or the wash from the torpedo.
Con sonar lost contact. Master 3.
Very
Last
nice.
bearing 2.
Okay, so we got...
3.
Oh.
Contact breaking up.
Ooh, what? Ooh. Got an air-launched torpedo.
Torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
Wonder if that must have been dropped by the MPA. Come right bearing 093.
Come right to. 093. Helm aye.
Right. Oh God, very tired. Okie doke. Right then. Let's see. Your emote worked, it really did. Just destroyed Uncle Joe's Pacific tour, yeah. Uncle Joe's Guide to the Pacific. Cool. What I'm actually going to do, I'll probably call this here as my final mission. We've been going for about an hour and 40 minutes, which is about 20 minutes short of the usual 2-hour deadline, but I'm going to call it there based on the fact that I need to go and get some coffee. I need to go and get some breakfast drank. So I'll call that there. Arrgh, that's it for your holiday. So I just got here normally. But yes, I'll go and slither on off after this. Oh dear.
Con, helm, steady course.
Yeah, I did almost go full Digby there. Oh no. Those are depth bombs. Okay. Well, that is problematic. Take us down to 200 feet.
Make depth 200 feet. Dive by.
Turn the screws for 10 knots.
Make turns for 10 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Con, dive at 200 feet. Dive by.
Come
Come
left dive.
to 052. Helm aye. Con, helm, steady course.
That is a real shitter. Fire decoy 295.
Aye, sir.
All ahead flank cavitate 30 degrees right rudder.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
Come on, turn those screws, turn those screws.
Con, knuckle formed.
Con sonar, torpedo in the water. Torpedo in the water. Bearing 225.
Knuckle formed, go for the torpedo. Go for the
Come
decoy.
right to 130. Helm aye.
Depth bombed. Decoy. Come on.
Con, knuckle formed.
I need it to go into like a circuit. I need it to swing left. If it swings left instead of right, I might be okay. Ah, fuck you. Right, okay.
Con, knuckle formed.
Swing back over this way. I've got to try and get it sucked back up on my decoy. Go for a knuckle.
Con, knuckle formed.
Knuckle formed. Go on, swing left. Swing left, you bastard. You motherfucker. 30 degrees.
Con, knuckle formed.
This way. Swing round. Go for the decoy. Go for the decoy.
Con maneuvering, making turns for
Go for the
3,
decoy.
5 knots.
Go for the decoy. Go for the decoy.
Come left to 131 helm I.
Got our chance.
Come left to 109 helm I.
Open up as much distance as we can. Let's go. It's got the decoy. It's on the decoy. Okay. Just GTFO. Running at 35 knots. It's as fast as we can go. Can't you just park at the bottom and pretend you're a wreck? No, unfortunately not. Right, reload decoy. Tube 8, reload Mark 48, Tube 1. Bugger off if that's a depth bomb, that's a problem. Oh, he could have depth bombed me big time then. Holy shit. He's not buying what I'm selling, he's not going after the decoy. Jesus, what was that? There's a really big explosion somewhere then. Or was that like a drum from the music? Serious Q, that's right. Keep going. Okay, I should be far enough away from that torpedo that it won't be a problem now. We're going to continue cavitating on our current heading. Weapons are nearby, aircraft are not. Let's speed up time.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
Big oof. Weapons nearby. Get away from that fucking weapon then. Oh, come on. Let me out of here. Let me out of this hellscape.
Con, torpedo room,
let me out.
tube 8 ready.
Tube 8I. Oh, here we go again. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Drop a torpedo. Do it. Don't do it. Was that a dipping sonar? That was a dipping sonar. Yes, let's get out of here. Leave combat. There we go. Chengdu, Jiang Hu, and Dijiang, or Daijiang, have been sunk. Good to hear you intercepted and destroy the replenishment resources. Excellent. Okay, Navy moves in. US warships and submarines have taken up several new strategic positions, including some around the Yellow Sea. How have we got forces around the Yellow Sea? In response to significantly reduced Chinese naval activity. Sources close to the Pentagon say that the war is taking a heavy toll on enemy naval operations and their supply lines continue to be heavily strained. Recent NATO gains at sea have decreased the number of warships needed to maintain control in several regions. Many of these ships have been reassigned to other duties within the region. Excellent. Right, that is it from me for the moment. We're going to just jump on in and save. Thank you very much for dropping in. Yeah, nice little skirmish. Very, very, very much in sort of anti-submarine waters. Very, very shallow Yellow Sea up here, next to these major ports, Ningbo and Shanghai. So yeah, that's it from me for the moment. Hopefully you've all had a good morning, evening and or night. Thank you very much for the people that have subbed today. Thank you very much for the bits from the handful of you that have. And hopefully you've all just enjoyed some Cold Waters here today. It is a nice game. I don't come back to it very often. I play it sort of here and there, sort of all over the shop. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this little slice of. Well, we'll try and do more as we go, but again, I think games like Bomber Crew and Papers, Please, obviously, are going to take precedence. I might see you either sometime this evening. If not, I'll definitely see you tomorrow. So yeah, thanks very much for dropping in, and I wish you all have a good morning, good evening, and or good night. So take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.